All right, guys, Need for Speed Unbound. They gave us 2 articles, Under the Hood, and then it was like how to make bank, or what goes on with the qualifier, how it works. So we're gonna do one at a time here. We'll probably make 2 videos on this. I don't want to make them too long each. So anyway, we're gonna do the first one, which was Need for Speed Under the Hood. Turn up the heat. Winning races guarantees bank for upgrades, but the more you win, the higher your heat level, and the cops will be waiting. Okay, boom. Here we go. 1 million bank. That's what's at stake at the Grand, the biggest race in Lakeshore. Think you have what it takes? You're going to need to turn up the heat. Race hard, be fast, and win your races. Easy. We can win. No problem. Is this, okay, no. It's like new trailer. What? Doubt it. You can't just walk into the Grand. You'll need cash, bank, and cars to compete. And that means you have to win races. Even if you don't come in first in every race, placing will net you some cash. Cash equals more upgrades. More upgrades equal faster finishes. We know. That's how cars work. Okay. We've seen the calendar. We got it. Qualifiers and the Grand. How it works. You must win the qualifiers for 3 weeks to get to the Grand. Bank your cash Sunday through Friday, with each week culminating in a big 3-part race on Saturday night called a qualifier. 3-part race, okay. Now remember, it did say in-game weeks. Don't forget that. To enter the qualifier, you need to have a wad of cash to pay the entry fee and a car that can keep up with the other racers. Qualifiers are eliminator races, meaning if you don't place, you're out. To progress to the next week, you must win the final race of the qualifier. Okay? Winning a qualifier race ain't no joke. It ain't no joke, boys. Get your shit together. It takes nerves of steel to burn up the streets of Lakeshore. If you win, you'll be awarded a grip of cash and a legendary custom car. A super tricked out, souped up car with a unique body kit and custom wrap. Now repeat that 2 more times to get to the Grand. All right, so it looks like there's 4 weeks, in-game weeks that we've seen. I think that's kind of as long as the campaign will be, right? And this says if you win, right, the qualifier races on Saturdays, you get a legendary custom car that have unique body kits and custom wraps. But if you look at the previous video when it like showed the calendar, it was like the Defender, the freaking Crown Vic, and I forget what the other one was. It was R35. Will those actually be what we're getting? And it would make sense because the I'll throw them up on the screen, but the freaking like the R35 had a wild looking kit. We saw the kit on the Crown Vic, and the Defender looked like an old KS. What was a KS kit that never made it to heat? So if that's true, then yeah, those are what we're gonna get. All right, well, I wish we could actually, swap parts and, it wasn't like one car, custom kit, like it is what it is. You can't swap around. Whatever. We're getting shit, Anyway, the Grand is like a souped up qualifier with a twist. You'll need a big buy-in and 4 different cars of different tiers of performance to participate in 4 different races in a row. When you win the Grand, you get a pile of cash, 1 million bank. Okay, so 4 different cars of different tiers of performance. Now, at first I was like, okay, so we have road racing, right? We have drifting, we have drag, and we'd have off-road. 4, right? 4 different cars, but if you think about it, they have B, A, S, and S+, right? So it's going to be all those performance tiers. So if you guys remember the leaks saying no drifting, no drag racing. I mean, Heat didn't technically have drag racing, but they had drag tires. So, there's that. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. Different tiers of cars. Yeah. Okay. Heat levels. More risk, more rewards. As you race and win, your heat will increase. The more you win, the higher the heat. As your heat increases, Lakeshore's finest up their game, increasing their tactics, capabilities, and resources with one goal in mind: take you down. The heat you accumulate from your day races Goes with you into the night. Oh, so you accumulate heat from day races. Interesting. Okay. So not only we're gonna have, you know, the normal nighttime cops we're like used to, but the cops of the daytime heat that just really didn't care. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could get into a race. I mean, not a race, like a cop chase if you really pushed them, but it wasn't really anything crazy, like nighttime. Okay. So the heat you accumulate from your day races goes with you into the night, increasing the risk and bumping up the rewards. Get busted without banking your dough at your safe house, and you'll be broke as a joke, and you won't be getting into the qualifier with empty pockets. Okay, I see. And I'm assuming like if we go to the night and we get busted, say we do that on Tuesday night and we get busted, we lose our money. You ain't making money, and if you get busted every night and get to the Saturday or Friday or Saturday qualifier and you don't have the money, gone, dude. Get on out of here, boy. Try again next week. Hit the safe house to bank your cash. Each event in Lakeshore has a heat value. The higher the risk, the higher the heat, the higher the buy-in, the bigger the reward. You can play it safe and go low risk, but what's the fun in that? Agreed. It's fucking dookie. Let's not do that. Not only that, some events require a certain heat level. Build up your heat, find those events, and bank that money. So again, kind of like the high heat events, I think, in heat, where like once you got to heat level 3, like you would get a race, and then once you got to heat level 5, there was a race, you get the ultimate part. So it seems like it's going to be something like that where they unlock as your heat gets higher. Once the cops are called in, be ready to run. Take them out or hide. The longer the chase, the higher the heat, the more aggressive the cops. Heat levels 1, 2 will have you facing Dodge Charger patrol cars and all-wheel drive Ford Explorers. All-wheel drive, boys. Ready to take you down by any means necessary on any route. And heat level 3 brings out the Corvette Interceptor, which you're not going to outrun, so you will have to outdrive it. Heat level 4 doubles the intensity with the introduction of the undercover Camaro and the pursuit helicopter. If you survive and get to heat level 5, the cops will bring the pain with the Ford F-150 Raptor joining the pursuit helicopter. Yep, that's a helicopter chasing you, and there's no ramming it to disable it. Either lose it with expert driving skills or hide. All right, so they're definitely okay. All right, they're gonna make this difficult. I like it. I freaking like it, man. Once you've escaped the cops, get to a safe house quickly to bank your cash. Unless, of course, you're willing to turn up the heat and risk what's in your pockets for even more. Once you hit a safe house, day shifts to night or night shifts to the next day. Maximize your time in Lakeshore during each period to pad your bank and build your heat. Okay, so it seems like it's still going to be day and night, just like heat was. Instead of selecting it, you just go to your safe house. And then, so like say the game starts in daytime, you do some races, whatever. You go to your safe house, switches to nighttime, do your races. When you feel like you've done enough, you don't want to risk losing your bank and all that stuff, you go to your safe house, bam, switches back to daytime. So I wonder, because it's been seeming like they would have like a day and night cycle, but with that, there's definitely not going to be a cycle. It's daytime, nighttime. That's it. Yeah, you know? Side bet screen, not final artwork. We got the Pizza Man. You know, street racing through the city of Lakeshore is going to take everything you've got. And even then, you're not guaranteed to win. Take your winnings, even if you place dead last. And save up to add some power to your ride. Winning guarantees a payday, but even if you don't win, bank the cash you earn from each race so you can hit bigger races with higher buy-ins. Upgrade and customize your machine and gear and get better finishes. Machine and gear. How is gear, I'm assuming the clothing, gonna get you better finishes? Like if I put on like a Vans hoodie, do I get like plus 10 horsepower? What's going on? There is a side hustle, and that's the side bets. You can throw down some cash to up the ante in your races with side bets. Adding a side bet changes the dynamic of the race. So don't bet what you're not willing to lose. Better yet, don't lose. Meetups are where you can test your skill against other racers and make some quick loot via side bets. So it seems like the meetups are where you can do side bet. Maybe you can't do side bets for every race. Like if you just go to a race on the map, you can't do a side bet. So you have to go to these meetups. Remember, the higher the risk, the greater the reward. Go all in and go all out. Still need some advice? Check these tips to make bank and get to the grand. Is that the... Yeah, okay. So... that was the risk and reward under the hood. Turn up the heat. We got, I mean, not really too much new information. We kind of like knew about that. We've definitely learned that it's straight day and night. Go to your safe house. It switches. And then, you know, the cops, obviously, heat level 1 and 2, Dodge Charger, all-wheel drive Ford Explorer. Heat level 3, Corvette Interceptor. Heat level 4, undercover Camaro, Pursuit Helicopter. Heat level 5, F-150 Raptor, and Pursuit Helicopter. So there you go, boys. That's under the hood. Yeah, 11 minutes. We'll come back and we'll go over this one because this one is how to make bank, get in the grand. So anyway, boys, subscribe, come back. We're doing a lot of Need for Speed content. We've already done a lot in the past 3 years. Come back, man. See you on the next one.